Welcome to Langgold English, my friend. Let me tell you something that most people don't want to hear. The world has changed, and if you're still playing by the old rules, you're already losing. You've been told that hard work is enough, that if you just put in the hours, grind every day, stay busy, eventually success will come. But let me ask you this. How many people do you know who work 12 hours a day and are still broke? How many talented, smart, hard-working people are stuck in the same place year after year? It's not because they're lazy. It's not because they're not trying. It's because they're missing something. They're playing the wrong game. In 2026, machines can do your job. AI can write better than you. Robots can work faster than you. Technology can calculate, analyze, and execute without sleep, without breaks, without complaining. So here's the truth that nobody wants to say out loud. Hard work is not enough anymore. What made people rich 20 years ago won't make you rich today. The rules have changed. The game has evolved. And if you don't learn these 5 skills, you will be left behind. Not because you're weak, but because you're playing an old game in a new world. But don't worry, because today I'm going to give you the blueprint. 5 human powers that no machine can replace. 5 skills that will separate the rich from the rest in 2026. These are not tricks. These are not hacks. These are timeless human abilities that technology cannot touch. And if you master them, you won't just survive the future, you will own it. So take a deep breath, let go of everything you thought you knew about success, and let's begin. Skill 1. Notice what nobody sees. Let me start with a question. What do you see when you walk down the street? Most people see nothing. They scroll on their phones, they think about their problems, they move through life like zombies, blind to the world around them. But rich people? Rich people see differently. They notice things, small things, uncomfortable things, problems that everyone else ignores. And they turn those problems into money. Let me tell you something that will change the way you think about business forever. The biggest opportunities are not hiding in genius ideas. They're hiding in everyday frustrations, in the small, annoying things people deal with every single day but never complain about out loud. Think about it. Why did Uber become a billion-dollar company? Not because someone invented teleportation, but because someone noticed a simple problem. Taxis were unreliable. You had to wait. You didn't know when they'd arrive. You couldn't track them. It was frustrating. And someone saw that frustration and built a solution. Why did Airbnb explode? Because someone noticed that hotels were expensive and travelers wanted to feel at home. A small observation, a billion-dollar idea. Here's the secret. Most people walk past opportunities every single day because they're not paying attention. They see a long line at the coffee shop and think, "This is annoying." A rich person thinks, "Why is there a line? Could I solve this?" They see someone struggling with a shopping bag and think, "Why isn't there a better way to carry this?" They listen to their friends complain about the same problem 3 times and think, if this bothers them, it bothers thousands of others too. Let me give you a real example. A young woman named Sarah worked at a gym. Every day she noticed the same thing. Women would come in excited to work out, but after 10 minutes, they'd leave frustrated because they didn't know what exercises to do. The gym had equipment, but no guidance. Trainers were expensive. YouTube was overwhelming. Most people would see that and think nothing of it. But Sarah saw an opportunity. She created a simple app, 5-minute workout routines. No confusion, no trainers needed, just clear, simple guidance. Within 2 years, that app made her a millionaire. Not because she was a genius, but because she noticed what nobody else did. So here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, I want you to slow down. Stop rushing through life like a machine. Start watching people. Listen to what they complain about. Pay attention to the little things that annoy you during the day. Write them down, every single one. Ask yourself these questions. What do people keep repeating? What makes them frustrated? What do they wish was easier? What small problem could I solve? The richest people in the world are not the smartest. They're the most observant. They see the invisible and then they make it valuable. Remember this. Opportunities don't scream at you. They whisper. And only those who are truly paying attention can hear them. Skill 2. Speak to move people. Now let's talk about the second skill. And this one, my friend, is the difference between those who have great ideas and those who become rich from great ideas. You can notice everything. You can see every opportunity in the world. But if you can't communicate, if you can't make people feel something, you will stay poor. Let me be very clear. Communication is not about talking. It's not about using big words or giving long presentations. Communication is the ability to make someone feel something so powerful that they move, they buy, they follow, they believe. Think about it. Why do people buy things they don't need? Why do they follow leaders who have no experience? Why do they believe stories that have no proof? Because of emotion. Not logic, not facts. Emotion. Here's the truth that nobody teaches you in school. People don't make decisions with their brain. They make decisions with their heart. And then they use their brain to justify it. You think you bought that phone because of the features? No, you bought it because of how it made you feel. Powerful, modern, cool, connected. That's why the richest people in the world are not the best engineers. They're the best storytellers. Steve Jobs didn't just sell computers, he sold a feeling, a vision, a dream of being different. Elon Musk doesn't just sell electric cars, he sells hope for the planet, a mission, a movement. But here's where most people fail. They think communication means talking more, louder, faster. But the best communicators do the opposite. They talk less. They listen more. They speak simply. And when they do speak, every word has weight. Let me give you 5 rules for powerful communication. First, speak like a human, not a robot. Use simple words, short sentences. Talk the way you talk to a friend, not the way you write an essay. Second, listen to understand, not to respond. When someone speaks, don't just wait for your turn. Actually hear them, feel them, understand their pain. That's how you connect. Third, use stories, not lectures. People forget facts, but they remember stories. If you want someone to believe you, don't give them data. Give them a story they can see in their mind. Fourth, control your tone. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. A calm voice creates trust. A panicked voice creates doubt. Fifth, be honest. Always. People can feel fake energy. If you lie, if you exaggerate, if you pretend, they will know, and they will never trust you. Here's a challenge for you. Record yourself speaking for 2 minutes about something you care about. Then listen to it. Are you boring? Are you confusing? Are you making people feel something or just filling time with words? Be honest. Then practice. Speak clearly. Speak with emotion. Speak to move, not just to be heard. Because in 2026, the people who can make others feel something, who can influence without force, who can inspire with words, those are the people who will win. Not because they're louder, but because they know this one truth. Words don't just carry information, they carry power. And power creates wealth. Skill 3. Change your path quickly. Now, we come to the third skill. And this is where most people lose everything. Not because they're not smart, not because they don't work hard, but because they refuse to change. They hold on to old plans, old ideas, old strategies, and they drown with them. Let me tell you something brutal but true. The world doesn't care about your plan. The world is changing every single day. What worked last year might not work this year. What made sense last month might be useless today. And if you can't adapt, if you can't pivot, if you can't let go and adjust, you will be left behind. There's a famous story about 2 travelers walking through the desert. They had a map, a clear plan. They knew exactly where to go. But halfway through the journey, a massive sandstorm hit. The wind destroyed the path. The landscape changed completely. One traveler sat down and said, "This wasn't part of the plan. I can't continue." The other traveler looked around and said, "The plan changed, so I changed too." He adjusted. He moved. He survived. That second traveler is the future. The first one is already dead. Not physically, but mentally. Because in 2026, the only constant is change. Technology is moving faster than ever. Markets shift overnight. Trends die in weeks. Jobs disappear. New industries are born. And the people who win
are not the ones with the perfect plan. They're the ones who move fast, learn fast, and adjust without ego. Let me give you a real example. A man named David spent 5 years building a business selling DVDs. He had a perfect plan, a clear strategy. Everything was working. But then Netflix happened. Streaming arrived. And suddenly, DVDs became useless. Now, David had 2 choices. He could cry about the past and say, "This isn't fair. My plan was perfect." Or he could let go of his ego, learn the new game, and adapt. He chose the second option. He closed his DVD business. He learned about digital streaming. He pivoted into online content creation. And within 3 years, he was making more money than ever before. Not because he was smarter than everyone else, but because he was willing to change when change was needed. So, here's your challenge. Look at your life right now. What are you holding on to that no longer serves you? Is it an old career path that's dying? Is it a business idea that the market doesn't want? Is it a way of thinking that keeps you stuck? Let it go. Adapt. Move. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you feel ready. Start now. Learn as you go. Adjust as you move. Because here's the truth. The people who get rich in 2026 are not the ones who plan perfectly. They're the ones who start quickly and adjust constantly. They fail fast. They learn faster. And they keep moving when everyone else is frozen in fear. Adaptability is not a skill. It's a survival instinct. And in a world that never stops changing, it's the only thing that will keep you alive.
Skill 4. Stay calm in the chaos. Now let's talk about something that separates amateurs from masters. Something that no school teaches, but every successful person practices. Emotional control. The ability to stay calm when everything around you is falling apart. Let me ask you something personal. What happens when things go wrong? When you lose money? When someone criticizes you? When your plan fails? Do you panic? Do you get angry? Do you shut down? Or do you breathe, think, and move forward? Most people are slaves to their emotions. Something bad happens and they explode. They make terrible decisions out of anger. They quit out of fear. They freeze out of anxiety. And they wonder why their life never improves. Here's why. Because emotions are powerful. And if you can't control them, they will control you. Think about this. 2 people face the same crisis. A business fails. One person panics. He blames everyone. He gives up. He spirals into depression. The other person stays calm. She analyzes what went wrong. She learns from it. She adjusts and tries again. Same situation, 2 completely different outcomes. Why? Emotional control. Let me tell you about a CEO named Michael. His company was on the edge of bankruptcy. Employees were panicking, investors were pulling out, the media was attacking him. Everyone around him was falling apart. But Michael
did something unusual. He didn't react. He didn't shout. He didn't rush into decisions. He sat down. He breathed. He thought clearly. And then, calmly, he made a plan. He cut unnecessary costs. He refocused the business. He communicated honestly with his team. And within 6 months, the company was profitable again. Not because he was the smartest person in the room, but because he was the calmest. And calm minds make better decisions than panicked hearts. Here's the secret that rich people know. Success is not about avoiding problems. Success is about how you respond to problems. And the people who stay calm under pressure are the ones who win. Because while everyone else is screaming, they're thinking. While everyone else is running, they're planning. While everyone else is reacting, they're responding. So here's your practice. Every time something goes wrong this week, don't react immediately. Pause, breathe, count to 5. Ask yourself, is this reaction helping me or hurting me? Then respond with clarity, not emotion. Do this every single day. Train your mind to stay calm, because in 2026, chaos is everywhere. Markets crash, plans fail, people disappoint, technology breaks, and the ones who stay calm in the storm are the ones who find the way out. Emotional control is not about being cold. It's about being powerful. It's about choosing your response instead of being controlled by your feelings. And that choice, my friend, is what separates those who survive from those who thrive.
Skill 5. Start right now. And now we come to the final skill ever. The most important one. The one that decides everything. And that skill is simple. Start. Just start. Right now, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, not when the conditions are perfect. Now. Let me tell you the biggest lie you've ever been told. The lie that has kept you stuck for years. The lie that sounds responsible but is actually just fear dressed up as wisdom. And that lie is this: wait until you're ready. Wait until you have enough money. Wait until you know everything. Wait until the time is right. Wait. Wait, wait. And while you're waiting, life is passing you by. Opportunities are disappearing. Someone else is starting. Someone else is learning. Someone else is building. And you're still sitting there, planning, preparing, waiting for a perfect moment that will never come. Here's the truth. You will never feel ready. Never. Even the most successful people in the world started before they felt prepared. They didn't have all the answers. They didn't have all the money. They didn't have all the skills. But they had one thing that most people don't. They had the courage to begin. Let me tell you about a young woman named Lisa. She wanted to start a business.
She spent 2 years researching, reading books, watching videos, taking courses, planning everything. She told herself, I'll start when I'm ready, when I know enough, when I have enough saved. But you know what happened? 2 years passed and she still hadn't started. Why? Because she was addicted to preparation. She was hiding behind planning. Then one day, she saw someone else launch the exact same idea she had. And that person wasn't smarter, wasn't more experienced, wasn't more prepared, but that person had started. And Lisa realized something painful. While she was preparing, someone else was doing. And doing beats preparing every single time. So she made a decision. She stopped planning, she stopped waiting, she started. Messy, imperfect, scared, but she started. And you know what happened? She learned more in the first month of doing than in 2 years of preparing. She made mistakes, she adjusted, she grew. And within 1 year, her business was profitable.
Here's what most people don't understand. Action creates clarity. You don't need to see the whole staircase. You just need to take the first step. And when you take that step, the next one appears. And then the next, and then the next. But if you never take the first step, you'll spend your whole life staring at the bottom, paralyzed by fear. So here's my final challenge for you. What is one thing you've been putting off? One idea, one project, one conversation, one decision. Do it today. Not next week, not when you feel motivated. Today. Take one small action. Send that email. Make that call. Write that first paragraph. Record that first video. Just start. Because in 2026, the people who get rich are not the ones who wait for permission. They're not the ones who wait for confidence. They're the ones who start afraid and figure it out along the way. They're the ones who move while others are still thinking. They're the ones who understand this simple truth. Imperfect action beats perfect inaction every single time.
You made it. You didn't just read words. You received a blueprint. 5 skills that will make you rich in 2026. Notice what nobody sees. Speak to move people. Change your path quickly. Stay calm in the chaos. Start right now. These are not just skills. They are superpowers. And the beautiful thing? You already have them inside you. You just need to wake them up, practice them, live them. Because the world is changing fast. But these 5 skills, they're timeless. No machine can replace them. No technology can copy them. They are purely, powerfully human. So, now I ask you, if this video gave you even one idea, one spark, one moment of clarity, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to this channel for more truth, growth, and English. Comment below which skill you will master first. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Thank you for walking this path with me. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, remember this: you don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. Your future is waiting. Go build it.